이제 시니어 단계 발표가 이어질 텐데요. 12명의 학생들이 발표를 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 처음 5명 준비해 주시고요. 강보경, 김건우, 김도훈, 김동현, 김민준 학생 준비해 주시고요. 우리 시니어 부분에 맞죠? 예. 시니어 부분의 첫 번째 학생인 강보경 학생 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
From Mokpo Sokyeon campus, we have Kang Bo-kyung giving a presentation called Who is Technology For?
다시 한번 박수 부탁드립니다.
Let me ask you a question. First, do technological advancements make people happy? Second, who is happier? When we compare our present lives with technology to our ancestors' lives without technology. When my grandfather thinks about these years, there were a lot of changes. It took many days to go to school in the old days, and now it only takes 2.5 hours to get to school from Mokpo. My grandfather had to wait for many days to send a letter to his friend who lives far away. But I can call my uncle in another country through webcam on the internet. It is said that we can even travel to the moon, and there may be flying cars someday. So, are you happy now? I never think we are happy. Technological advancements like mobile banking and robots in factories cause many people to get laid off. And technological advancements are used in militaries, which can lead to nuclear warfare. For another example, I don't hang out with my friends outside. Instead, I spend most of my time texting and playing games on my cell phone. I don't want technology to develop any more now. Technology is supposed to make our lives more convenient. But it just makes problems. So, do you really need technology in your life? Thank you.
감사합니다.
Thank you. Next up we have from Gwangju Suwon campus, Kim Gon-woo, and the topic of the presentation is countries and culture.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Let me show you some pictures before my presentation. What do you think of him? What about him? And him? Of course, he's handsome. Maybe you might have some different aspects of each picture. That means you are prejudiced in your mind even if you don't want to be. This prejudice creates segregation, and it was a lot worse back in the days than we think. I want to talk about American culture, especially about the race segregation in the past and how they fought for their rights. In the 1860s, after the Civil War, the slavery system became illegal. However, black and white people were treated differently. There was segregation. Black and white people could not live or work together and have the same restroom. Black people couldn't get a seat on the bus, and even they were kicked out from the restaurant. So the black students were angry and they protested. They worked to change the rules. This is called the Civil Rights Movement. I want to share one of the stories with you. In the Mexican Olympic, at the track and field competition, the winner Tommy Smith wore the black gloves, black scarf, black socks on the victory tent. He wanted to let the world know without reality on segregation. The second winner, Peter Norman, joined this field and wore the OPHR badge on his chest. They put up its all the oppression and their courage has led the Olympic now strictly exclude the discrimination. Thankfully, we live in a time where people of all different races have the same rights. However, prejudice against different races exists. For me, it's very important that everyone gets treated equally. These are basic human rights. Let's work together to create a world without prejudice. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you. Next, from Gwangju Hanam campus, we have Kim Do-hun giving a presentation on global warming.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Hello, my name is Mark. Do you know that our Earth is endangered? Biologists believe penguins and polar bears could die in less than 50 years. Today, 70 kinds of birds have gone extinct. This is because of climate changes caused by global warming. What is global warming? Global warming is an increase in the Earth's temperature caused by change in the climate. It is caused by greenhouse gases at the atmosphere. These gases then heat into the atmosphere and make the Earth warmer. These gases are chemical concentrations of water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and all those spilled out into the air by human activities such as using electricity and driving in our cars. As a result, higher temperatures and shifting climate patterns have changed the way plants and animals live. As you can see, these changes in temperatures affect the Earth. For example, storms and hurricanes have become stronger and more powerful. Hurricane Katrina in August 2005 was the deadliest hurricane in U.S. history and it caused economic losses of $125 billion. Typhoon Haiyan hit the Philippines in 2013 as one of the strongest typhoons in the world and it caused more than 6,000 deaths, economic losses of $14 billion. Not only that, glaciers have to start to melt in the Arctic, so the habitat of the polar bears are in danger. Geological survey projects predict that 2/3 of polar bears will disappear by 2050. Who is next? Next is our turn. We are also endangering ourselves because of the lack of drinking water and food. In every African country, 10 people are dying every day due to extreme drought. I have a question for you. Do you want to keep watching this situation without doing anything? Of course, there are many things we can do. In our daily life, we can walk instead of driving because driving emits smoke into the air and pollutes it. To separate garbage can be another way to reduce. When you burn the garbage, it makes a lot of smoke. I know it seems to be easy, but it could be difficult to put into action. We should consciously try to do it and be accustomed to this new life pattern. Individuals as well as large environmental organizations should make more initiative into making the world a better place to live. There is power in number. It is up to us to keep the world better, clean for everyone. Thank you for listening.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you.
예, 이어서 순서 진행하겠습니다.
Next, from Gwangju Chomdan E campus, we have Kim Dong-hyun, and the topic of the presentation is Korean culture homework.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Why do teachers give us so much homework? Don't they know how harmful it is? What? You don't believe me? Lucky for me, I have research to back me up. Too much homework contributes a great amount of stress to students, declininess, and lack of balance in life. According to the study done by Stanford University, 56% of the students said that homework is the primary source of stress. The OECD published the results of an international survey showing that South Korean children have the lowest quality of life among the member states of OECD. They scored 6.3 out of 100. Why? Stress. The main reasons for stress, too much homework, and academic pressure. South Koreans are always concerned about health. Koreans will often tell you to eat or drink something because it is healthy for you. Why do they care about our health? When teachers assign too much homework, students have to stay awake at night and don't get enough sleep. In a study of over 500 students, if a student sacrifices sleep time to study more than usual, he or she will have more trouble understanding material taught in class. Also, our mental health declines. Did you know that suicide has increased by 57% in youth since 2001 in South Korea? This is a major problem. Kids shouldn't be looking to end their life when they are just 13. The survey data and student responses show that spending too much time on homework means that students were not meeting their developmental needs or cultivating other life skills. Participating in team sports or clubs would be beneficial for social development, or we are all too busy doing bonus homework. Why isn't our education system changing? I still have a lot of homework, I'm stressed out, I'm sleepy, and I have no social life. Things need to change in order for South Korean students to enjoy their lives more and lead a better life. Thank you.
감사합니다.
Thank you. From Bucheon Jungdang Bansuk campus, we have Kim Mi-jun, and the topic of the presentation is Do you know the DMZ?
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Do you know the DMZ? Hello, my name is Sam. I'm a fifth grader at Bucheon Bansuk campus. I went on a DMZ to my family a few weeks ago. There's an area in Korea that civilians can't easily approach. This is a demilitarized zone called the DMZ. We can't go there without permission from both South and North Korea. This is a special zone in Korea, which is the world's only divided country. My family went to Imjinga early in the morning for the tour. First, we went to Dwasan Station by bus. The station is South Korea's northernmost station. The train is not able to go any further north. I was upset that the train had to stop here even though the line is in North Korea. Most of the bus are foreigners. I think a lot of them visit here to understand the country's situation. I was ashamed to show the DMZ to foreigners, but I know that there are more preferred places in my country. Next, we went to Dra Observatory. This observatory is the northernmost place to see North Korea. We saw North Korea with a telescope. We couldn't go there even though they were very close. And even more, I saw several of displaced people left their families. Finally, we went to the Seoul Tunnel. This tunnel was made to invade South Korea. So far, 4 tunnels have been found, and yet no one is sure how many tunnels are not found. If we can't find the tunnels, the North Korean army might come down and begin the war. At the end of the tour, we came back to Imjinga. I was able to see the Peace World Park across the street. As I looked at the place, I thought I would like to walk from south and the Korean peninsula to the north. My country is reunited. I'll finish my story with my earnest wish that my country will be reunited. Thank you for listening to my speech.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you. Next, from Cheongnam Sosan Il campus, we have No Jun, and the topic of the presentation is Extinction of Humanity.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Many people in history have talked about the extinction of our species. Every year, it seems like a new theory proposing how and when our humanity will meet its doom.
Since the beginning of time, groups such as Mayans have given ideas and even time predictions on extinction theories. Today, I will discuss some of these theories as well as some of my own. One extinction theory is an impact event, which is an asteroid or meteor hitting the Earth, causing people and any other living things on our planet to die out. One example of this happened in modern-day Mexico about 65 to 66 million years ago, wiping out the dinosaur, and this also resulted in drastic changes to the environment that changed evolution forever. Many groups have predicted when the next impact will happen, the most famous being the Mayans. The Mayans predicted long ago that there would be an impact event on 2013 that I'm sure you all heard about. Luckily, this never happened. Second, I think a destroyed environment can cause extinction of people. There are some causes that could result in a damaged environment. First, overpopulation can cause extinction of people because this results in too many people without enough food or natural resources like oil, coal, water, and iron. Overpopulation is resulting in irresponsible and unsustainable use of these resources. Because of increasing number of cars, factories, and overdevelopment, we are in danger of running out of many important resources. To solve this problem, we can reduce, recycle, and reduce. This can help limit the overuse of our natural resources. Third, nuclear wars can cause extinction of humans because nuclear war is very dangerous. In the past, wars have caused the extinction of a few civilizations, but today, wars can result in extinction of all humans because nuclear bomb is extremely powerful. There are some ways that nuclear wars can cause extinction of humans. First, radiation kills cells in bodies and causes mutation to DNA, resulting in diseases such as cancer. Second, a lot of dust and debris from nuclear bomb explosion can block on sunlight and cause reverse greenhouse gas effects. And this could eventually lead to a nuclear winter, resulting in human extinction. We have some risks that could result in an extinction of humans, but I think it is mostly humans that cause most of the risk. So, I believe we are the ones that need to solve this problem. Thank you for listening to my speech.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you. Next, from Cheongnam Sosan E Campus, we have An Dae-hyun giving a presentation on technology.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Hello everyone, my name is Isaac. Today I will tell you about the evolution of mobile phones. We can see many people using mobile phones. You can call, chat with friends, or play games. But what if mobile phones did not exist? Thinking about it, if mobile phones did not exist, life would be uncomfortable. For example, if mobile phones had never been invented, you could not make calls or chat with friends who are far away. Lastly, you could not enjoy fun entertainment such as playing games or downloading apps. Now, today, I want to talk about this because recently in South Korea, there have been more and more people using mobile phones. The first mobile phone was made by an American company called Motorola. Motorola made the first mobile phone, Dynatec 8000X, in 1983. Next, a Korean company called Samsung made Korea's first mobile phone, the SH100, in 1988. Years later, in 1996, the flip phone was made. Motorola made the first flip phone, StarTAC 7760. The technology was very impressive. In 1998, Samsung made the first wrist phone, the SPH-WP10. This was the great-great-grandfather of the smartwatch. In 2002, a Japanese company called Sony made the first color phone, the Sony Ericsson P68i. This was a hit. Now today, we can see many people using mobile phones, such as Androids and Apple's iPhone. And usually, the internet is really fast, and you can buy apps. Life has become more comfortable. In the future, I think people will use mobile phones as a miniature laser projector like these pictures. In conclusion, people in the future will use a lot of mobile phones. I hope the world's technology will continue to develop. Thank you for listening to my speech.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you. Next, from Suncheon Gumdang campus, we have Lee Kyung-seo with a presentation called Take Nothing for Granted.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Today, many people use cell phones. But what if all cell phones disappear from Earth? Then what will happen? We couldn't get the current news quickly and might not keep in touch with family and friends easily. Also, we couldn't do any fun activities for hobbies with cell phones. Maybe we should find something else to spend time doing. It is clear cell phones are part of our modern life very deeply. But do you know who invented it? The mobile phone was invented by Martin Cooper in 1973. His model was much larger than now. But it has various functions that people couldn't even imagine at that time. This is why he was respected. Later, Martin Cooper's mobile phone was developed in many fields by many scientists for a long time. Although there were many difficulties, he didn't give up to develop his phone. Finally, thanks to his and many scientists' efforts, we can use portable cell phones that have many useful and convenient functions. Now, it looks almost perfect, but I'd like to add one more function with it. When we do outdoor activities, sometimes we have a hard time charging our phone. I hope to make cell phones batteries that are charged with solar heat or lights. I have taken cell phones for granted, but now I know it's a very amazing thing, and I am grateful. Remember, there is nothing we can take for granted in the world. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you. Next, from Suncheon Gumdang campus, we have Lee Jung-seo giving a presentation called The North Pole is Melting.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
At the northern extremity of the earth, there are only polar bears along the frozen shore.
Look at them! You can see brownish fur. That's because they originate from Siberian brown bears. They moved on some glacier and evolved into polar bears. Compared with brown bears, their muzzle is longer to break the ice, ears are smaller to protect from the wind, and their fur became wide to blend into the ice. Adorable? Like a cockroaches? No way! They are fierce and carnivorous. Needless to say, they are apex predators in their world. However, the population of polar bears is getting smaller and smaller. In 2004, they were almost 1,600. But 6 years later, the number of polar bears was just 900. And only 2 could survive among 80 babies born during the same period. Then, what has threatened these beautiful creatures? The answer is simple. Glaciers of the land that they stand on. As the glacier melts, they have to swim for hunting. While swimming the cold sea, a lot of polar bears drown or starve. Furthermore, it's not a rare thing for stronger males to kill females or babies to fill their hungry stomachs. The North Pole is melting. The polar bears are crying. They're vulnerable, and it can be a kind of warning for humans. Please stop worrying and do something.
네, 무거운 주제를 강렬하게 전달했던 것 같습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you. Next, from Asan Beibang campus, we have Chon Ah-young with Future Planning.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Hello everyone, my name is Sayong Chon. Today I will introduce my future plan. I'd like to have your attention. Do you know Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson is a world famous dancer. Why do I say that? Because my dream is to be a great dancer like him. Do you remember some of his dance moves? One of my favorite artists is Boa. I want to be like her because she made her debut at an early age. I will show you one of her favorite dances. When I'm a famous dancer, and sometime in the future, I'll perform in many concerts. I want to share the joy and excitement I feel when dancing with people from all over the world. I'd like to make my money by doing what I love. I want to make lots of money through my concerts, music, and advertising endorsements. I'll take most of the proceeds of my money and donate it to my country. My donations will be used to raise the living standard of those less fortunate in our society. Currently, I attend after-school class once a week. It is the kind of pop dance. The class is 1 hour, 40 minutes long. Let me show you some of the moves I learned there. Ooh. I love dancing, so I'll continue to participate in this program, and in the future, I hope to be much better than I am now. Thank you.
춤 정말 잘 추네요.
Thank you. Next, from Mokpo Sokyeon campus, we have Jo Yoon Shin, and the title of the presentation is Don't Forget the Children.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Will you take a look look at this picture? When I see this picture, I get sick to my stomach and have tears rolling down my face. Living in the same period as those children, I've never had to experience starvation like them. I know that about 100,000 children are starving to death. That is one child starving to death every 5 seconds. At this very moment, while you and I are taking part in this contest, some children in other places are dying from starvation. Let's count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One child has died. The young are leaving us before getting to know what happiness is. Another big problem for children is that some have to leave their home countries to survive. We call them refugees. The refugees want to avoid terrible wars like in the Middle East and Africa. Imagine living in those countries without food and Imagine living in those countries like Middle East and Africa. Who is to blame? I strongly urge you, international leaders, stop waging war and think about these children. Get rid of any kinds of ideologies that don't support human rights. What would you do today to make this world livable for all children? Try to remember those children who die every day without food or care. Don't forget the children. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you. Next, from Naju Hyokshin campus, we have Han Jae-hee with a presentation called Help or Earth, Please.
네, 박수로 맞이하겠습니다.
Hello, my name is Julie. I'm going to tell you about Earth's environment. Have you noticed that Obama used to be an environmentalist? I will let you know what he said. This is a part of his speech at Georgetown University. As a president, as a father, and as an American, I'm here to enlist your generation's help in keeping the USA a global leader in the fight against climate change. He thanks to the astronauts of Apollo because we could see the Earth picture from the moon for the first time. The Earth they sent to us was so gorgeous. Look at this picture. Wasn't it so beautiful? But it is just history. Do you think that we have preserved our beautiful world just like before? Humans have been cruelly using the nature for convenience. One example is the Fukushima radiation disaster in Japan. Because of all the radiation, the Japanese have been suffering from diseases. Their crops, their bodies, and the places they live are all affected. What about Korea? Contaminated water from Japan is flowing into Korea continuously. It can cause our marine climate to change. Have you noticed that the weather in Korea is changing? Summer and winter are getting longer, while spring and fall are getting shorter and shorter compared to a couple of years ago. That is due to the destroyed ozone layer. It is another example of using the nature truly. The more we use our nature, the more our environment changes for the worse. As President Obama said, it is time to fight against climate change. We could prevent our environment by not using items which cause environmental pollution. We could also use alternative energies such as solar and wind power energy. If we do not get over this situation, we might have to live on Mars and plant potatoes for the rest of our lives, like in the movie named Martian. Thank you for listening.
네, 감사합니다.
Thank you.
이렇게 12번째 한채 학생을 마지막으로 해서 12명의 시니어 발표자들이 다 순서를 마쳤고요. 보시다시피 다 각자 자기 글을 썼는데 그 주제가 참 다양합니다. 다소 어떤 사회적인 이슈를 눈을 뜨기도 하고 우리의 환경이나 자기 꿈에 대해서 여러 가지 들어봤는데요. 이제는 이 학생들이 이렇게 자기 글을 이렇게 표현하는 연습을 계속 하다 보면 분명히 성인이 되어서도 자기들의 의견을 더 정확하고 설득력 있게 전달할 수 있을 거라 생각을 합니다. 어떻게 보셨나요?
I thought these leaders gave amazing speeches. They were full of inspiration, and it was really great to hear their unique perspectives.
네, 감사합니다. 그러면 이제 저희 심사위원 중에 저희 EI 교육부를 맡고 계신 염상훈 팀장님의 총평을 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
Senior students, raise your hands. Wow, you guys were beyond great. Actually, I was one of the judges in the last year's contest, but I have to admit, this year it's definitely better. So I want you guys to clap for yourselves. Let me tell you a couple of things. First of all, your delivery was exceptional. And your content and organization was really well thought out, and well-used gestures, good eye contact, what else? Good visual aids. I think everything was just, beyond average. So I think I definitely want to congratulate you guys on your overall performance, and I think you can go home now and really get a good rest. And 일단 계속 영어로만 얘기를 하니까 아무래도 그 부모님들도 좀 표정도 어두워지시고 좀 이렇게 칭찬을 많이 하는 좋은 얘기를 했는데 또 혹시나 이해를 못 하실까봐 한국말로 잠깐 좀 하고 가도록 하겠습니다. 일단 아이들이 사실은 이런 큰 규모의 어떤 무대에서 그것도 한 500명 가량 되는 그 관중 앞에서 영어로 굉장히 유창한 영어로 프레젠테이션의 어떤 형식을 갖추고 이렇게 발표한다라는 게 사실은 굉장히 어려운 겁니다. 그래서 다시 한번 좀 큰 박수 한번 좀 부탁드리겠습니다. 일단 오늘 뭐 내용하고 구성도 굉장히 좋았고요. 일단 전달력이 사실은 뭐 성인이 봐도 정말 저렇게 회사에서 저렇게 발표를 해도 굉장히 설득력이 있을 정도로 전달력이 정말 좋았고, 일단 뭐 명확한 목소리라던가 시선 처리라던가 이런 부분들이 사실은 굉장히 좋았습니다. 그래서 저희가 요즘 사는 어떤 시대에서 가장 중요한 게 이제 커뮤니케이션 스킬인데, 지금 벌써 이 아이들은 그런 어떤 초석은 다 다진 것 같고요. 초석은 다 다진 것 같고, 지금 오히려 이런 스킬들을 사실은 이렇게 좀 가다듬는 그런 단계처럼 보이기도 합니다. 그래서 오늘은 좀 평상시보다 칭찬을 좀 많이 해주시고요. 일단 그래서 좀 칭찬 많이 해주셨으면 좋을 것 같습니다. Alright, everyone. I want to once again congratulate all of you guys on your wonderful presentation. 네, 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다. 네, 이렇게 해서 리더스 단계 29명 학생들의 발표가 모두 끝이 났습니다.